Living a very active lifestyle until he was 35, Murray Wagner never imagined that at 68 years old, having to walk upstairs would be an uphill battle.
I played baseball and fastball till I was 35. I curled till I was 45. But I began to notice I had balance issues. And then gradually my back began to bother me. And so going up and down stairs creates a big difficulty for me. I have to use the handrail now in order to get up and down. I used to do a lot of outdoor things, but my wife is the one who does these kinds of things because of my poor balance.
Looking back on his life, Murray says he now recognizes that there were early signs indicating that something was wrong with his body well before experiencing his major attack.
I had an attack here in 2011, a fairly severe one in the summertime, and we were doing yard work, and it was the warm weather. I was basically almost unable to move, as if the body suddenly was shutting down. The muscles were cutting off, so it's a difficult circumstance to go through. Suddenly you can't even move.
Not being able to move at all, Murray turned to his doctor for answers.
I complained to him that I was having difficulty doing regular, normal things. And then I had scans, I had a spinal tap, but still no firm diagnosis.
Leaving his doctors empty-handed and frustrated, Murray had no choice but to continue living in pain for about a year until he had his final MRI in 2012, which confirmed he has MS.
Showed the plaque buildup in the brain and down the spinal cord, and finally a firm diagnosis.
While the disease affects everyone differently, Murray suffers from daily fatigue and has had to adapt his life to help with the limited function in his legs.
I have a cane and I should be using it more often, but I try to do without it as much as possible in order to see if I can improve my situation.
Murray says throughout this entire ordeal, his family's support has been huge, but it's one family member in particular that inspires him to continue improving his strength.
I have a 2.5-year-old grandson. The biggest concern I have is that I will not be able to play with him and do some of the things that I would have been able to do if I was a healthy person. But what can you do? You have to deal with what comes along.
Being diagnosed as an adult, Murray says he's lucky he was able to live his active lifestyle, and even now he knows there are people with MS suffering much worse than him, but he hopes he can still help people deal with their disease by sharing his story. For Go Saskatoon, I'm Janella Hamilton.